All right, guys, let's take a look at Netflix. They have an insane amount of subscribers. We had big news, actually. Just let me highlight it here on this chart while we're looking. Right here in this big gap, that's where they said that they had some insane amount of subscribers. They just crossed a milestone, which is pretty incredible that many people have a Netflix account. So, and I believe that was their earnings day. So, based on what we do, we would not have caught this entire gap up, unless you're a more risky trader than I am. You might say you're smarter, whatever you like. But let's get into Netflix and see how we're going to trade it from a long-term perspective, from a swing trade perspective, and I'll teach you guys how to do it from a day trading perspective. First thing I always look at is this difference between the bid and the ask price. We could see that Netflix is up 1.7% today. This, even though Netflix is an expensive stock, this number tells me that there's some kind of manipulation going on. And I can totally see that in the amount that the stock price has pulled back. This wick that I just highlighted means that the price got up to here to this top and it pulled all the way back down to where it's sitting right now at 556.96. So this is a great example of what kind of manipulation is in the market, where the market maker is making an ask price 23 cents higher than what the bid is on the stock coming from investors. So let's see what we got here. Coming down to the sweet spot and checking my long-term trend, we just turned today into a negative downtrend, and we can tell from right when that red line crosses under yellow, we get a red candlestick on the charts that I'm using. So to me, how I'm playing this, because we have a sweet spot reversal, is I'm going to throw one tracker share on here to go in the negative direction. And to be honest with you, this is a different one. I might put on one tracker share to go positive too. So they're gonna negate each other, but it's just gonna keep me engaged in the stock, and I'm gonna be able to see what the chart does and develops. Now, let's see here. Netflix is an interesting one because we do have all these gaps that we have to be worried about. These gaps here, this gap here, there's a gap here that I'm noticing, and and there's another one here. So this stock does tend to jump around on us a little bit. So let's just keep an eye on it. Let's throw a tracker share on there. Because it turned negative today, let's just go in the negative direction. What I'm hoping to see are some nice engulfing candlesticks going downward like this. We are going to face some resistance right here, that's for sure. But between here and here, we should be okay to make a little bit of a fall. Will that happen? I don't know. Let's go over to our daily chart and check it out. The problem that I'm seeing with this region that I just highlighted right here, it corresponds perfectly with the moving averages right in line. And this is a lot of support. And because Netflix is obviously a very traded stock, it's one of the FANGs, the big guys are not going to allow this thing to fall very easily. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it probable? I can't say yes or no, but the probability is definitely less on a stock like this. The good thing that we have going for us, look at this decelerating volume. It is just falling. And today it is noon right now, Eastern time. And look at this little candlestick, little volume stick that we have. So let's just keep an eye on it. Let's throw a tracker share on short, just because we are turning into a downtrend. But let's see what happens. So going over here, trading it as a swing. Let me zoom out to 6 months just to see. Let me go out to a year actually. So what I'm noticing is, look at this resistance that the stock keeps getting stuck at. It even tried to break through here with that big news on their last earnings call of the number of subscribers. It jumped up here, and just like that, it pulled right back down again. And today, trying to break that resistance, can't get through. So we're going to need a lot of volume. We're going to need volume candlesticks, not so much like this one, but maybe the one next to it, where we get some really good volume several days in a row, more than the average, to really push this thing through. The problem with the overall market is that there's not that much volume in here. So this is going to be very difficult for Netflix to get through. But once it does get through this this resistance line that it's building, you can even call it, this is a resistance line. This is the current resistance line, 559.83. It's gonna be tough. So If I'm trading this on a swing trade, I think I'm just going to lay in the weeds and not do anything with this one, just because the probability of it making a nice engulfing candlestick like that to get up there is not very high. We can tell that from dating back to July of 2020. So for a swing, I'm going to just sit back and take it easy. Let's go to a day trade. And we can see that the market is already coming back up. Of course, the NASDAQ is positive. And here comes the Dow and the S&P. This is really unbelievable. So this morning, remember, from a day trading perspective, I'm teaching you guys right now. We're not doing this. I don't want you to emulate this because it is Tuesday, February 9th, and things are going to change by this afternoon or tomorrow. So when this video is posted, it's going to be a little bit different. So we opened up really high, and people always ask me, do you trade pre-market? Do you trade right away, right when the market opens and stuff? My answer is always no. I'm fine waiting till about 5 or 6 after 10 in the morning Eastern time to start making my trades, just because things like this happen. 9:30 in the morning, the stock price moved up. 9:45, it moved up even higher, and it went up here and it tested that high, that resistance line that I showed you on the last chart. We had great buying volume. This was all of the first 30 minutes, this is all the overnight trades that are settling down. And then all of a sudden, all of those trades stopped happening and our volume just decelerated starting here. And look where it is now. It's really, really, really low. But for that time, we had a stock that kind of just went and made a perfect short for us on a day trading chart. We made our first candlestick, then we had a nice engulfing candlestick down, another one. So this is a great short. We need to be under 20% here to be able to enter the short though. So because there was such little selling volume, little volume overall in general, this trend line wasn't able to come down and stay below 20% and kind of move there. It just moved through the middle of the stochastic, which is not ideal for shorting because in this area between 80 and 20, it's kind of the opposite of when we're trading on a long-term chart or a daily chart. When we're in that we're in the what I call the sweet spot range is when we don't want to be in the stock on a day trade. I want certitude that I'm above 80% or below 80%, depending what I'm doing, going long or short on the stock. So with Netflix, right now, if you wanted to, just because it's under 20% finally, we can go ahead and throw one tracker share on there. And if we get a good engulfing candlestick like this, we can go ahead and enter. Now, something that I haven't really talked much about are these white lines here and here, which you can't see, but it goes up here. These are called Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands kind of give you, I'm going to circle them here. These are Bollinger Bands on the top and bottom. Bollinger Bands kind of give you what the stock price is doing, whether it's coming, whether everything's slowing down, the lines will enclose on you, or they'll open up. So right now I can see that these Bollinger Bands are kind of slowly creeping in, which means that this stock might just stay range bound for a bit. You can see when the stock price was moving up like this, the Bollinger Bands really expanded on us. So that's just something you can, let's go back to Friday. When this stock started moving up, the Bollinger Band started really expanding on us. And when the stock price started to come down and our day trade was kind of over, the stock price came down, started consolidating. You can see that our Bollinger Band started kind of closing in on us. So they just kind of give you a range of what the stock is going to do. I use them just kind of as a little bit of a gauge. They're definitely not a 100% predictor, but they're a good range. So that's Netflix. That's how to trade it on all three charts. And we'll go to the next one, which is going to be Google. So if you guys like this video, if you want to hear more about this stuff, you want to ask me questions, I'm in the Mo's Muscles chat all day, every day talking. I'm making videos on this stuff. I'll answer your individual stock questions. We've built a great community of like-minded traders, and feel free to sign up. We'd love to have you there. Have a great day.